Hello.
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 Let's go!
Hey, kids.
Hey, Dad.
War crimes will be prosecuted.
Does the word mean anything to you?
Yeah, I chose this profession, so therefore I earned beer.
You want to go to the matinee? The feeling is definitely there.
You don't know my name!
It's a new morning in America.
This is the old dude, Howard J. Reynolds.
Step into my office.
Not going to be too many punks.
Don't you stop worrying about the punk?
You! That's my name!
Yeah, let's go to the punk rock show.
Introducing, for your listening pleasure,
High Fives Podcast. Here we are, episode 46. Moke, how's it going? How are you? Still loving Moke?
It's a Moke life.
It is a Moke life.
Yeah.
Has it set in?
That I'm just Moke.
Yeah,
Yeah, my phone just autocorrects to Moke all the time now.
all the time.
My
That's how you know it's real.
No, like when I sign off emails for work,
Moke.
it goes to Moke first, which is fucking awful.
Have you let any of those through?
No.
Do other people call you Moke out of the inner circle now?
Moke hasn't crossed out of the
No
high five
boundaries?
scene. It hasn't
Okay.
even made it to our friend group yet, thankfully.
Whoa. Are you saying the high five scene are not your friends?
They're work friends.
Work
We've
friends.
established this before.
I thought I was your only work friend. I'm your work boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's different.
It's totally different.
Yeah. Boss and friends are different.
Yeah.
Episode 46, top 5 first attempts.
Yeah.
So for all of you wondering what the hell that means, first attempts like first album. And we kind of talked a little bit about rules of engagement for this. Now, you were curious about whether or not an EP fell in first attempt. What did you go with? I kind of
went
left it open to you.
I went no.
No. See, and that's kind of how I feel about it too. Because like an EP, it's not the same investment as a first like full length,
Yeah.
like a first studio record. That's a way different investment
For sure.
for the band, for the fans, for everybody. Everybody Moke.
For the purpose of this podcast.
Yeah. So
Just
top 5 first attempts,
Yeah.
full length albums.
so debuts.
Studios. Yeah, debuts. Yeah. There is not a lot.
Oh, dude.
Really?
There's
You felt like there was?
Well, there's so many. If you start like thinking about it, and there's like a bunch of classics. I don't know if you. Before I talk about it, I should ask you: did you put any of like the classics on there? Like I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything.
Spoil it.
Something like the Ramones. Like the Ramones'
No.
first album's like a classic. Or
True enough.
Or the Clash, or Weezer, or
True enough.
Or like the Descendants' first album, or Bad Religion's first album.
See, I didn't like Bad Religion's first album. I didn't like the Descendants' first album. Like a lot of those bands, No Effects, like Rancid, a lot of those bands,
No
like
Effects' first album sucks.
well, they took some time.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
And-
that's good. That's a good point. There's a marination process to
Totally.
some bands.
And so, like, the perspective that I did it from, for the most part, was that it was either their best album or one of the best albums, kind of like out of the gates, which I think is a tough way to set yourself up.
See, I went with that too.
Okay.
Because there's some bands that on their sophomore album they get better. Actually, more bands I find the sophomore albums the like marquee album.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there are a ton of them. But I tried to go with bands that either it was their only good album in my eyes, or like it really kickstarted.
It stood out.
It really kickstarted them.
Yeah.
Kind of like. But yeah, I
Like
did
kickstart your heart.
yeah, it really kickstarted my heart. But I did try to leave off like some generic ones, like I said, like or even the Misfits' first album, which is I don't know if actually Walk Among Us is considered their first album, but I think it's technically their first album. But one of their albums was recorded before,
See,
and then
it
released
gets
after.
gray then.
Yeah,
too,
then
right?
there's lots of gray stuff in that area, and then I kind of skirted on the Fat Records stuff because I think a lot of them, those first albums were good, but then they got better. I find for the most part.
For the most part, I would totally agree
and same with
that.
Epitaph,
Yeah.
like those seminal bands for us or whatever.
Well, I feel like it's a tough way to set yourself up if you're cranking out your best thing, you know, your best songs, your best everything first shot out of the gates, because then you're just chasing it for the rest of your career, right?
But that happens.
Totally.
There's a bunch of bands that fall like they come out fast and then they never make it to the finish line.
Yeah. Like
So-
you almost want to keep some of those back.
Yeah.
you know, and just
I don't know
have
I don't know if that's a good plan if you're a band.
I'm not a band.
Holding myself back. That's like our podcast. We're just like I'm holding back for episode 100.
Yeah, it's
when
gonna
100
get
comes,
so
I'm gonna sound
good.
so professional. There's not gonna be one
You'll have upgraded from Moke.
Yeah. Moke
You
will
got
be
a
a
long-
brand.
You had a long way to go.
100.
It's only, what, 54?
Yeah.
54 away.
What have you been listening to in this?
It's a good question, Mike. I've been listening to a lot. There's been a lot
Me too.
happening in the last little while. And like stuff that was obvious and stuff not so obvious as well. The first one I bring to you tonight, Michael, is a band called Angel Dust. And you spell that with a dollar sign on the S, which is, it's a little intimidating, I'll be honest.
Well, I thought they were a metal band, to be honest, because of that.
They are not a metal
they are
band.
not a metal band at all.
You don't hear a lot of saxophone solos in a metal band.
Maybe you should.
Maybe. Yeah, this was like one of those, I kind of took a page from your book. I'd seen it on a website and like looked at the artwork and was like, that looks crazy and weird. And they spell their name with a dollar sign. And then I saw it come up on iTunes and I thought, well, I'm going to preview it. And it passed the sniff test.
Oh, there you go.
The 3 songs in a row. And so, yeah, I've been listening to it a lot. Like it's just kind of a fun, straight ahead rock and roll record. I've also been listening to this record called Adult, Michael, by I don't know if it's a group. I mean, it's basically a solo guy that has a band following or backing him up. But no, I'm pretty sure his name's not Holy Pinto.
Could be these days.
It could be. I doubt it.
That guy that I was watching the NCAA tournament, his name's Taco.
For real?
For real. And he's the tallest basketball player ever.
Taco.
Taco.
Wow.
But not Taco like TACO. I think it's
something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had to stop the broadcast and be like, did that guy just call him Taco?
You stopped it. You called in and said, we're going to have to stop the broadcast, everybody.
No, mate. I know you're old. But there's this thing called a PVR, and you just press pause.
Oh, you paused it.
Yeah.
So you didn't stop the broadcast.
Well, I
you
stopped
just
my
paused
version
it.
of the broadcast.
Right. You're streaming.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. But anyways, Holy Pinto. Holy, Mike. Holy Pinto. I don't know much about this group. From what I understand, he's a guy that moved from England to like Wisconsin. Immediately, I think of like Love Actually, that English guy that moves, that like, do you remember that bit?
Oh, yeah.
The guy that goes from London to like Midwest United States.
Fake English. I can't think of the guy's name now. The guy that plays Shaggy.
Oh, Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, he's like fake English Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So this guy did that in real life. And I don't know much more about it. I really like it. It's kind of, I mean, maybe this is just because he's English, but it does have a little bit of a Frank Turner vibe to it. Maybe I just can't get away from that because of the accent. But I like it. I think it's got kind of a cool sound, and I dig this new record. And lastly, I know it hasn't been received super well, but I enjoy the previous records by this band, but this one is the one that really sets it apart for me. And it's pew, pew, pew.
I think it's been received really well. I think they're getting lots of hype on it.
Maybe
like,
just in our group.
Yeah, I think for like someone like me, I prefer the first album because it's like silly and like more punk rock. And this is like it's almost like they're a different band. They've really matured.
Yeah.
So like I think musically they got way better. And they're going to be more critically acclaimed, I think, and they'll probably be more successful. But for me, it's not as fun as the first album. I mean, Mid-20 Skateboarder is a fucking great song. Let's Go Out Drinking, things like that. They were like fun party punk.
I feel like there's still a lot of party songs on this record.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like they've really adapted to the like indie hipster alternative rock guys.
Maybe they're just slowing down. Maybe life is just slowing down a little.
Yeah.
We all hit that.
They're probably still more fun than me.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I really like it. I think it's, maybe the people that were not like huge in the camp before maybe are more so now.
So I feel like if I heard this band not hearing the other one.
Right.
And
you
if
might
they were,
like it.
Like if they were just called Pew.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, this band's really good. But I like the other one so much that it's
Right.
kind of like
The expectations.
it's
kind
just a
of-
different. They're just a different sounding band than they were before. And probably for the better for them as a musician and stuff. I can see the progression, but
Yeah.
just for me, it lacks a little something.
I feel you.
You hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't only hear you, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel you too.
Mike, what do you have for us this evening?
Well, Nathan, I
Yes.
have quite the list.
Do tell.
So I'm going to try to be quick and
Dirty?
yes, dirty, because that's
Okay.
how I am.
Even though you did shower today.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So one of the things is, sorry, as I move away from the microphone.
It's not a good way to do it.
No,
No.
I told you 100 episodes. Then I will be professional.
I have zero expectations.
Yeah. What's Malcolm Gladwell's thing? Doesn't he say like you have to do something so many times before you're good at it?
10,000.
Oh, fuck. We got a lot of episodes to go before I get good at this.
Yeah.
I kind of got into this super big wormhole of like 90s hardcore and emo
Whoa.
because I joined a Facebook group and people just keep posting stuff. And it's all these bands that I kind of like vaguely remember from mixtapes or like in passing from someone saying like, oh, I saw this band in like when I went to California or I went to like the States and I heard about this band here or there. So I listened to a lot of that. And it kind of got me in the mood for a release that came out last week, which is the American Football album.
Oh.
Which is awesome. Have you?
I listened to it. I think they just took one step away from me.
No.
But that's me.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Do you?
Yeah. But again, that could be because of that mood I was in. I mean,
Could be the
American
mood.
Football would have fit into all those bands that were from that era.
Right.
Another band that I've rediscovered is the Bomb Pops.
Yeah.
Like before I liked them, but I wasn't super into them. And then I don't know what got me started listening to them again. I think I was making a playlist or something, and I had listened to Dear Beer again.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is really good. Like it's actually a really solid E EP.
That's the newer one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I enjoyed their newer releases.
So-
I haven't done much like in the back catalog.
I have their first album, and that's all I have of theirs. Like before they're on Fat, and then I just downloaded the Dear Beer the other day, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So I've been digging them a little bit.
Nice.
This band called Trophy Jump, which is a Croatian pop punk band.
Croatian pop punk.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Somebody, not me. I've been there. There's not a lot
I
of.
feel like that would have come in your Croatian newsletter.
Oh yeah, we just get that all the time. They just like give you everything.
Well, not all the time. I mean, they're probably like
Once a
monthly.
year.
Oh, once a year. It's not
like-
even quarterly.
It's like those letters you get like at Christmas when people give you a thing. That's all Croatian people get them. They're just like, yeah, this is all the Croatian stuff going on
It's good to know.
for the dysphoria. Anyway, I saw them on. I can't remember if it was. It wasn't Punk News, but one of those kind of sites.
Yeah.
So I checked them out. And it's pretty good. It's good pop punk. It's something like I didn't know that existed in that region. Like when I've been there, I've never really heard any punk bands at all. I've a couple metal bands and like classic rock, and then mainly Croatian music. And they
What
don't-
is Croatian music?
I don't know. Picture something, and it's probably what you think it is.
Picture something.
There's lots of Euro tech, and then like folk music with like accordions and things like that.
So yeah, okay, that's what I pictured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of discotheque, hardcore discotheque.
Is that your jam?
Oh, you know I love the discotheque.
Yeah. Wow. I
No,
can just I have a visual of you at the discotheque.
Gold chains and
Yes.
track pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Similar to what you're wearing tonight.
Yeah.
Um,
So basically like I normally look, but at a
in
disco.
a discotheque. Yeah.
Sweaty.
So these guys, do they sing in Croatian or is it in English?
All the songs are in English on this one.
Okay.
So, and I checked out a few other ones. There's some cool bands coming out of there. So next time I go, I will hopefully get to go see some of them live or something, or do some research over there.
Cool.
I imagine it's a fairly small scene.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then two more quick ones. Sorry, Nate.
No, don't you ever apologize to me.
Three more. Oh fuck! I got three here.
Oh, now you can apologize.
Well,
That's
one of
too
them.
many. That's one too many.
Okay, another band's called Triple Deke,
Okay.
and they're like a skate punk band.
Okay.
I just checked
It
them out.
sounds like a skate punk
Yeah.
sort of name.
I just checked them out because of the Mighty Ducks reference, and the cover was two hockey goalies fighting.
Okay.
So they got a hockey theme.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun stuff. Nothing groundbreaking, but fun.
Okay.
The Masked Intruder,
Yes.
which I know no one in our group is liking at all.
Right.
And for some reason, I like it more than the second album.
Huh.
I think it's got a crisp poppiness to it. Like,
It was Roger from Less Than Jake that produced it.
that does make a little sense, actually.
Yeah.
It's got like, I don't know if anybody else catches this, but it's got like a Cheap Trick feel to it. Like Cheap Trick was
Yeah,
like
I
a
can see that.
glossy kind of
Yeah.
pop metal band, and
Yeah.
I feel like they had that. They have a little bit of that gloss to them that they
I
didn't
feel
have.
like the production's different, and I like it.
I like it. It's getting bad, like reviews from people I know, but I don't care. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's not like, I mean, they're not a groundbreaking band. It's not like they're
Nobody's taking it too seriously.
Yeah, but I
right?
like it.
Yeah.
And the last one is a really different one, which is Orville Peck.
Okay.
And he's a country alt country singer. That's the best way to describe him. Like, it's almost like if Danzig was doing an Elvis impression,
Whoa.
but seriously, because Danzig's covered Elvis before, and it's just like, it's almost if it's like a serious version of that, and it's or like Tom Waits, but like I don't really like Tom Waits.
Okay.
So if Tom Waits had a voice that I enjoyed,
Right. That's a good description.
well, Tom Waits has a certain sound
Oh,
to
yeah.
him, right?
You
a
either
dark,
like it or you don't.
but it's like a dark kind of
Sure.
country sound to it, and that's how this is. It's pretty cool. It's on Sub Pop. I suggest checking it out if you're looking for something a little different.
Okay.
And that's my crazy long what I've been listening to list.
Wow.
I apologize.
Wow.
Maybe you found something you liked in
Like
there, though.
it's March, not December. It's nowhere near Christmas. I think you got Easter and Christmas mixed up.
I had a lot of listening time.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of paperwork at work. That means a lot of listening to music.
But it's more like at Christmas time when you gift us all the top
fuck
top
you,
100 of the year.
I knew what you meant.
Oh, okay.
I was just avoiding it. But
I
thanks
wasn't sure.
thanks for dragging me down.
I wanted to make sure that you knew what I was talking about.
Oh, I knew.
My first album for your listening enjoyment this evening. I feel like I think there's a toss up between this album and their second album. And for me, in listening to this record, I think this is the one. I think this one has maybe one or two more. Like it's a solid record front to back. The band is Good Riddance, and the album is Forgotten Country.
I almost had this, but I figured you were going to pick it.
Yeah, it's just like
It's still in my, like, I still listen to it all the time. It's a great
so
album.
good. Yeah, you go back to like I don't think there's a ton of fat bands that had a great first record, not to this caliber at least. And I think like it still holds up. It's one of their best records throughout their entire catalog.
I would agree.
And I wouldn't say like it's a big departure from their sound. I think it's just they were writing really great songs.
Yeah, I think the only thing that maybe the recording quality on it is kind of compressed. But I think that's
still
just
think it
it's still
stands
good.
up.
It still
Yeah.
does, yeah. I know our friend Steve used to make fun of me because I would always use songs off it on mixtapes. He's like, "Do you just record like a mixtape and have to put a song from that album on there?"
It's so good.
It's so good, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those. It's one of the first bands that got me into like political punk. Like it made me start. It was one of those bands that made you start thinking a little bit, which is kind of cool.
Well, and they were kind of that gateway, like that really easy, soft gateway into hardcore. Like,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
you know, it wasn't like, didn't have like a real hardcore vibe to it, but still like had that aesthetic to it.
Of the fat bands, like them and Strung Out appealed to me right away because it was a bridge for me from metal to punk.
Right.
So yeah,
I get that.
I get that.
And the song I picked was a song that when they reunited and they played that one-off show in Edmonton, like it was after the breakup, they were done, and then all of a sudden it was like this reunion show in Edmonton.
Why does Edmonton get these weird
There's
one-off
somebody
shows?
there. There's a promoter there that
We
just
need a rich
brings.
one. We need a rich one-off guy here.
Yeah. But it was such a great show because it was so. I mean, I'd seen them probably 8, 9, 10 times, but like this was like that. You may never see them again kind of thing. And, now they're back together and putting records out again. Kind of the Michael Jordan of the punk rock
They're
world.
wearing number 45 now.
We're going to go play baseball for a while. and we're going to come back. But when they played this song, like the room just went electric. The song's called All Fall Down.
Oh, so
So good. Just everybody in that place bouncing and screaming. And yeah, it's one of those like moments. Every
I'm
time
glad-
you hear that song, you're right back there.
I'm glad you picked it.
Good.
I'm very glad you picked this. Not that it matters.
Let me leave you with that.
I tell
Michael?
it like it is.
Moke?
I see you've messed up a couple times.
I have. I can't keep it going that. Like, I'm
I'm
working
impre-
on it.
No.
Okay.
That's good. I like that you're messing it up. Confuse the audience.
Who is he talking to? When's Moke coming back? Mike's boring.
Moke's dead.
He's locked in my basement.
Probably. The first band I went with is a band we talked about a bunch of times. Mainly
bunch.
Maybe because I like them a lot and I bring them up on here a lot. But the band is Dear Landlord.
Oh, nice. I
And-
figured this would be one of yours as well.
Yeah, and it's their only full length. And so I think that qualifies them. A one and done.
Yeah.
They do have some splits and like a couple, like 7 inches, but the guy's in jail now for murder. So
Oh, so probably
I
not.
don't think it's
not
coming
another
back.
One. Yeah. Fair enough. Is that the singer?
I think I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
He's a guitar player for sure, but I think he does the vocals as well. But yeah. So I don't know much about the case other than
Murder was the case.
that's the case they gave him.
Right. Fair.
Anyway, I really like this album. I still listen to it all the time, front to back. It's solid. And I was torn between picking this or a Copyrights album because the first Copyrights and this Dear Landlord kind of got me into this pop punk sound again. 'Cause
What was the first Copyrights?
it's the one with the zombie kind of thing on the front.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name of it right now.
See, but I think those are two very different bands.
The guy from the Copyrights is in this band.
Yeah, but don't you feel like the sound? I mean, like I get what you mean, like in terms of like, you know, the genre, but don't you think the sound is different?
A little bit, but it kind of classifies into that whole like
That vein.
that pop punk org core stuff.
Ooh, I just wanted you to say orgcore.
I know.
I love it.
I know, but
love it.
this is one of the both those bands kind of got me back into that sound.
Right.
Where like I hadn't listened to a lot of that for a while, so it was going to be a toss up between the two, and I went with Dear Landlord because I think the Copyrights got better with each album, and Dear Landlord is the only one,
Just the one.
just the one. And the song I picked was High Fives because
Because,
Kinda
yeah,
had to.
no, don't even say anymore. That's enough.
well,
Right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's the line that says "High Fives to Low Lives," which I like.
Give me sensibilities without ambition. Give me athletes after nothing to collect. Let me expect a plague of endurance that was a bloodshed. Running on sometimes of self-respect. It's a plan, these are ways to embrace we all fall down. Last we rise, one raise is stop. Right. It's a plan, these are ways to embrace we all fall down. Last we rise, one raise
I gotta say the snacks are a little lackluster tonight.
Would you like some snacks?
Well-
At our next break, when we do the next break, I'll bring you some snacks.
Yeah?
tonight. Yeah.
Like what kind of snacks are there?
I'll tell you
What's
later.
available?
I'll tell you later.
Really?
You can come look.
Do I get to choose, or is it just more of a this is what we have?
I'll give you a couple options and you can choose.
Okay.
All right.
Like when is it again?
After this next scenario.
Okay. This next scenario. I think I just kind of I don't know. I don't know why I missed the boat on like the dopamines and Dear Landlord, and it's good, but it just never really like ingrained itself. It didn't dig its claws into me. Did
Well,
it dig its claws into you, Mike?
dug in.
It did. It did.
And then that's why I like that first pew pew pew.
Right.
'Cause
you
it's more like
feel
that-
like it's of that same.
It's of that same ilk.
Yeah, I feel like it's not as like the melody's not as strong.
That I'll agree.
Okay, that's what I always think of when I think of pop punk. I think of like super strong
Yeah. So
melody.
So yeah, that's why I'm like, it's not really pop punk, but it's like a different kind of like. That's why I say it's like kind of orgcore.
Or
pop.
core pop
punk,
punk.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Somewhere in between that, like,
Porgcore maybe.
oof, that sounds like some sort of weird porn.
Well, of course, because it's porg.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Stop looking at porg.
Porg. It's fun to say.
It's kind of gross.
Is it?
I feel icky.
You don't like that word?
No.
Are there other words you don't like?
There's lots of words I don't like.
Really?
I'm not going to tell you though.
Name one.
No.
Just one.
No.
Not one.
I'm not telling you anything.
I didn't like panties for a really long time. Is that a word you like?
I don't mind them. I don't mind panties.
No.
No.
Okay.
What's the hate about panties?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't sound nice.
Gash. Gash is a word I hate.
Whoa.
Like,
That's,
like someone's got a gash in their arm. It's like, ugh.
yeah.
I don't like that word.
Okay. That's enough.
Yeah.
I think that's enough. Let's move
Now
on.
I'm going to vomit.
My next album, this is one that I've talked about quite a bit. I was going through the list, and I've only mentioned this band a couple of times in 46 episodes, which I think is pretty good. Like, it all starts to like, feel like it's the same, but I feel like for people listening along, it's different. It's different every time,
Everything's different.
right?
Yeah.
No one's reading the list. Like, no one's sitting there for like, how long would that take to read that many lists?
I feel like Jay might.
You think?
Or Joel.
Stop reading lists. Unless you're new.
They could call us out on it at any point. They know a lot more
They're
about
ready.
this than us.
They're ready. They're just waiting for their moment. The next one, the album, I just feel like this album stands up. This has got to be in my top 10, if not top 6.
Of all time?
Yeah, I love this record so much. So much. And though I like some of their other records, this one just stands out so much. And I really like this band is touring again, and I really hope they come here. I did see them once post kind of like 10, 15 year hiatus, and it was awesome.
I don't know
And
who
I
you're
loved
talking
every
about,
second
so-
of it. It's the Suicide Machines.
Oh, yes. I would have thought about putting them on here.
That record, Destruction by Definition,
It's their best by far.
it's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I mean, just like it's not even just their best. It's such a good record.
No, it's a great album. I love it.
I feel like they were the ones that really like harnessed that wave of ska.
Like ska core.
Yeah, like it was like just super fast, both the ska parts and the punk parts. A lot of yelling in the punk parts, which I don't feel like a lot of ska bands were really doing. Like it's
Unless it was Pick It Up.
unless it was Pick It Up, but it's like kind of aggressive.
Yeah, no. And they're another political band too.
Yeah, yeah. So I love this record. This got to be top. Let's say top 7 to be safe of all time, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's still an album I love too.
Brave statement, I know.
It is, but it's a good album, and I can back you up on that one.
Nice.
It wouldn't be maybe my top 10, but it's like something that I listen to a lot and I like a lot.
Yeah,
And I thought about it for this list. So
thought about it.
it was in the short. It made it to the second round
The
of cuts.
medium, the medium list, not short.
Yeah,
It's medium.
medium. They got a new album coming out too, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, it's just him. He's the only. Jason Navarro is the last one
Yeah,
standing.
Well, the one guy's in Alkaline, right? Or the drummer.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that sounds like it could be a true
I
statement.
feel like he's in Alkaline.
I mean, when I saw them play, they sounded awesome. And
Well, when you guys played with them, they
long time ago.
they were
yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
that's
I
like
mean,
one of
I
my
think that
favorite
was
shows.
the original lineup then.
Yeah, the second album hadn't even come out yet, I don't think.
It's a great record. The song I chose, I mean, you could pick any song. The song I chose was No Face.
Great.
To you.
The band I picked is another one I've brought on the podcast before.
Yeah.
But maybe you guys forgot about it. Maybe you didn't check the lists.
Stop looking at the lists.
And it's Sincere Engineer.
Oh, cool.
I don't know how to say the album title. It's like Rhombothian.
That's your best guess?
Yeah, do you know how to say it?
No, I have no idea.
Oh.
It was just your lack of confidence that,
Yeah.
like, had you just gone with it? It sounds Klingon to me. Is it Klingon?
I think it's a math thing.
A math, like
What's a
rhombus?
Yeah.
Did you say it? Is it rhombus?
Yeah, rhombus is how you say that, right?
But is that what the
It's
title
like
is?
rhomb
Yeah.
and then Ithian.
Rhombothian.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Like a thespian of the rhombus.
Maybe.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'd been listening to another podcast last month called The Mabel Syndrome.
Another podcast,
Yes.
Mike?
Sorry, Nate. I'm cheating on you.
Jeez.
And they
At
did-
least, like, do it slowly. That's so abrupt and
I like to be
gruff.
upfront with you about it.
Peeling Band-Aids off all over the place.
Sometimes you just gotta tell the truth,
The whole truth.
nothing but the truth. Anyway, it's a great podcast. And they had an interview with Deanna from Sincere Engineer, and it kind of got me listening to the album again. It's really good. Like I love her lyrics and like just the pace of the songs and stuff. And I don't know if you get this, but there's she sounds almost like Brendan Kelly. Do you get that at all? Like at Lawrence Arms?
I don't think I know them enough.
No, and I don't know if that's like a weird thing to say, but
I don't think it's weird.
well, maybe other people would think it's weird. Like I just get a Lawrence Arms kind of feel to it, even though it's like nothing like Lawrence Arms.
Right.
I don't know how to explain that. I thought you'd have a little bit of insight here, but
No.
you don't. So we'll just keep going.
You should know better than to lean on me, Mike. You should know better.
I'm not that strong.
No. I mean, I'll still be your friend.
Okay. Just
How
carry
many-
on.
Yeah, I'll carry on.
This is their first album.
This is their sure, but
Her
how
first
many? How many do they have?
That's it.
Oh, just one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a brave choice.
Yeah.
Because I thought about that. I thought about like, would I? And this is not a judgment. I think. I mean, it's wide open. This is a good example for those who are playing at home. That you can do that.
Yeah.
You can just pick a one-off thus far.
Yeah.
But I respect that. I thought about that a lot. Like, do I pick somebody with like a really deep catalog, to kind of say, this is the one?
Yeah.
Or do I go with like somebody who just had a really good first record? They're new. Like Lost Love was somebody I thought about.
But Lost Love's that's not their first album.
Well, and that's ultimately why I didn't choose it.
Yes. No, I agree with you. There's lots of ways to attack it.
Yeah.
But this is from 2017, so there's still time for her to
Lots of time.
write a better album.
It's only 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
it
out
was
of the
a
gates. Out of the gates. That's what we're talking about right now.
great album, and check out that other interview if you guys get a chance. It's really good. She's really interesting.
Check it out.
She's the only other person I've ever heard say that they don't like pets. So I was instantly
Like, was she real passionate about it too? Like, doesn't like
Like-
pets to what degree?
in the fact that she only won't have one.
Like, not one. Like, not even a
Nothing.
fish.
Nothing.
What if?
Like me, like you've had this conversation with me, and everyone looks at me like I'm a monster.
Well, I don't think that's the reason.
It's that big goiter in my neck, right?
Mike, come on. It's
We
not
said
the
we wouldn't
goiter.
talk about the goiter.
It's not the goiter.
I could see you staring at it.
No, I would never stare at it. I try not to look at you at all
goiters.
when we do this. Suicide Machines, No Face, and
Sincere Engineer, Screw Up.
I know they know, don't drink, drive slow, insane, no brain, dress down, look plain, big fun, no gun, no girl, gotta run, flip side, can't think suicide. Say anybody out there, does anybody know? There It makes me wanna cry. Is there anybody out there? Does anybody know? Is there anybody out there? Does anybody know? I'm gonna screw up again. I'm gonna ignore advice from all of my best friends. And they'll all think I'm nuts, but I don't give a fuck. Just as long as they'll let me come crawling I'm sleeping in the same bed again. I'm gonna regret all the places that I haven't been. And I'll say that's just my luck, but I'm sick of feeling stuck just because I'm too afraid of falling back. And I'm running late again. I'm gonna explain why in all the texts I sent. And I'd really like to talk to you, but I just don't have the guts. And you know it, 'cause I'm no good at calling back. I'm gonna screw up again. Fuck! I'm gonna screw up again. I'm gonna ignore advice from all of my best friends. And they'll all think I'm nuts, but I don't give a fuck. Just as long as they let me come crawling back.
Moving on to number 3.
Yeah. What else can we nitpick about my life in
Here
number
we
3?
are.
What else will we find out?
Who knows?
Who,
Only time will tell. I might get a little bit ripped up for this pick, but I don't really care because I feel like this is a solid record, and nostalgia, I'm sure, plays a little part in it. But I threw it on the other day, thinking of this topic, and I was like, no, that is a good record. It still stands up. There are great songs on there, and so I chose it. The band, it's Fall Out Boy.
The first Fall Out Boy?
The very first one.
I
yeah.
like that album.
The Take This to Your Grave.
Yeah, I like that album.
Me too. I think it's a solid record. I think like Cork Tree is definitely, I mean, it's got more hits for sure.
Which one's
That was
Cork
the
Tree?
next one. With Sugar, I'm Going Down. Dance, Dance, all the big hits. That's when they
Yeah.
kind of broke through, right?
Yeah, I like the first one more than that.
I do too. But I think there's more kind of like, I guess you could say like Cork Tree was more celebrated, let's say.
Oh, yeah,
and that's
for
when
sure.
I found out about them was that record, and then went backwards. And yeah, I mean, it's another record with I could really pick almost any song on there.
I thought they were more a more fun band in
Yeah.
the first album. And like I remember when I was working at the record store, the record label rep that I think it was Warner at the time, maybe had that catalog, or maybe it was anyway. Whoever it was kept shoving it down my throat. They're like, "You'll like this," and I was like, "Why? Because it's got a Simpsons reference. I'll like it."
That would be my assumption.
But I was just, well, you know me at that time, especially at that time, I was such a fucking snob about things. I'm like, no, I'm not going to listen to it. And she kept bringing me the play copy. And then I bought it for Justin for his birthday.
Nice.
I was like, to get her off my back, I was like, I'll just buy it for Justin.
And did you like it?
And he played it like that first night, and I really liked it. And I was like, oh, fuck, I was wrong.
It's recorded really well too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for a first time out, bunch of young guys, like, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like, you know, for a genre that's kind of, you know, quote unquote easy, it's like some of the writing's fairly complex for a bunch of young guys. I like it.
You know what? I haven't listened to this album probably in like since that Dance Dance song came out.
Since then.
But I liked it a lot when it came out, and I just remember thinking the titles to the songs were funny and clever and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the song I picked is Calm Before the Storm. Again, I probably could have picked almost anything off this record. It's a good record. Don't let Fall Out Boy discourage you from listening to this track.
I know some of the listeners really like Fall Out Boy.
Is that right?
Enough to talk about new Fall Out Boy releases on a regular basis on that WhatsApp chat.
On the regular.
Well,
You have to get on the WhatsApp chat to find out who.
Yeah, I won't
There's
tell you.
a
I won't tell
tease.
you who. There's 2 people on there that really like Fall Out Boy.
I had no idea.
I'll tell you after.
Okay. After.
It's someone you won't suspect either.
Wow. What a cliffhanger.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well. Mike, what did you pick for number 3?
I also am picking a band that might get a little flack.
Ooh, some heat.
Some heat.
Bring the heat, Mike.
So if you lived in Western Canada in the 90s, you might have seen this band play, especially if you were in Calgary on a regular basis. And if you didn't, once their second and third albums came out, you probably heard them in Canada for sure. Do you have a guess who?
Is it Belvedere?
No.
Is it Downway?
No.
Oh, those are my 2 guesses.
No. It's Gob.
Gob. I did think about this record.
So this is their debut album, Too Late No Friends.
Yeah.
And you know what? I still like those first 2 Gob albums.
Wow.
Like I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing.
What was the second one? Was that the black one with the guy in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great record.
Yeah.
Totally different than that first one,
Yeah.
too.
The first one to me is just fun. Like,
Yeah.
It's just a fun
Totally.
punk album. And it's very of that time.
Totally.
But even today I was listening to it again just before we were recording. And I was like, man, this is really good. It's still fun. I know all the words.
Yeah. It's funny how they come back so fast.
It reminds me of being in high school. It reminds me of driving around in like Gordo's car and doing all those kind of stupid things. So
Yeah. Nice. That's a
this-
good pick, Mike.
Did I pick
I'm
it?
glad it was Gob.
You're glad it was Gob?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they were a mainstay, right? For a band from Vancouver,
Yeah.
we probably saw them 16 to 20 times
16 to 20 times.
in 1 year. Don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. I saw them they played here like probably once a month.
Yeah, at least.
And I'm assuming they played all over.
Western Canada?
Yeah. I don't know if was Gob ever big in the United States?
I don't know.
Like I never figured that out if they were.
And now Tom plays in Sum 41. Right? Doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I shouldn't
Yeah.
have laughed.
And the guy
Just
from
imagine-
Goldfinger, Darren Pfeiffer, is now the drummer in Sum 41.
No.
I'm like 98% sure I read that.
But he's not in Goldfinger, right? Anymore.
No.
Ugh. I don't know what's worse.
Weird, right? And Mike Herrera is playing in Goldfinger.
Also weird.
Yeah, the stream. They said don't cross the streams. And everyone's crossing the streams.
Mike Carrera's in a commercial on the Home Garden Network too.
What?
For yeah.
For a reality show?
Yeah. No, but he's not in it. Like he's just like one of the people. Like they're flashing at the couples looking at the houses, and him and I'm assuming his partner are like I'm assuming their house got renovated on one of those shows, or they bought a house or something through that.
Wow.
It's definitely him.
Do you think he plugs MXPX in the episode?
I guarantee he's wearing an MXPX shirt at some point.
Okay. Excellent. What song did you choose?
You know what? I'm just looking at my list and I didn't pick a song. So I'm going to think for a second.
Soda?
No, I don't want to pick Soda. Soda's too obvious.
Colonel, what was that one? Colonel,
I think I'm going to go with Fuck Them.
okay.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
With Fall Out Boy. Calm Before the Storm.
Sat outside my front window. This story's going somewhere. He's well hung and I am hanging up. There's a song on the radio that says, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. What you do on your own time's just fine. My imagination's much worse. I just never wonder what meant the world unfolded. With legs and fingers holding onto what escapes me, what he has. A better kiss and never lets you say. Between your smiles and regrets, don't say it's over. Dead and gone, dead and gone. Yeah. Come before the storm, set it all, and the sun burned out tonight. Reception lasted warm, set it on, and the sun burned out tonight. This is me standing in the arch of the door, hitting that look that's on your face. That says there's another fool like me. There's one born every minute. There's one born every minute. What you do on your own time's just fine. My imagination's much worse. I just never wanna know what meant the world imploded. Inflated pandemonium, all my oxygen to front of gas, suffocated my last chance to say. Between your smiles and regrets, don't say it's over. Dead and gone, dead and gone. Yeah. Whoa. Come before the storm, set it on, and the sun burned out tonight. Reception lasted warm, set it on, and the sun burned out tonight. Come before the storm, set it off, and the sun burned out tonight. Reception lasted warm, set it off, and the sun burned out tonight. Sun burned out tonight. The sun burned out tonight.
almost done. Yeah.
2 more.
I love
Two to
how
go.
I love how when we start out, we're like we talk forever, and then like song 3, we're like 2 sentences about the song, and it's done,
And we're out.
and we're out.
Well, we
Star
kinda-
wipe, and we're out.
We kind of go hot and heavy
Yeah.
on that first pick.
All right. Let's see what happens here.
Stop looking. Don't look.
No.
I feel like there's going to come a day
One
where
day
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
find out that you can read upside down.
I think we
Like it's your skill, it's your gift.
I don't like pets, and I can read upside down.
Crazy. I didn't want to steal your thunder away from you when you were talking about the big debuts in the beginning. The Ramones, the Clash. I believe you brought up a little band called Weezer.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I saved that for pick number 4.
That's you know what? It's fair. Weezer, that album is game changing. And
Totally.
And those that like Ramones and Clash, again, game changing debut albums. And I wouldn't fault anyone for picking one. I just didn't pick it.
I think Ramones and Clash more even because it was genre defining, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe
even the Weezer one was though too. Did you ever
to
think
some extent, sure.
Did you ever really listen to like indie alt rock before Weezer?
No, it's true enough.
Like I listened to the more rocky kind of like the Soundgardens, Nirvanas, anything that was more close to akin to metal or punk or something. But Weezer like opened your eyes to like
They
indie
broke
rock.
a lot of barriers.
Yeah, for me anyways.
Yeah. What camp do you sit in? Do you sit in Blue Album or do you sit in Pinkerton?
Ooh,
It's a tough call, I know.
that's not a camp. I don't fight either of them. I think they're both stellar albums.
Yeah, you're there for both.
I'm there for both. I think I'm not Matt Damon in the argument.
Was Pinkerton a slow burn for you?
No, I like Pinkerton
Right away.
Yeah.
Okay. That one took me a long time to come around for.
I think a lot of people because it's not as fun.
Yeah,
The first Weezer album's kind of fun.
true enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I still like that Weezer album. It might be like a top 5 of all time.
It's an
Like
incredible
I think
record.
that album shaped. It was one of those albums you can say shaped me musically. I don't know about for you or our generation. I would say maybe not more so for other people, but I think our generation. That album is defining of our generation. There's
Yeah.
a few albums that define a generation.
To
I would
an
say that would
extent,
be
for
up
sure.
there.
I mean, that was like, grunge was kind of like that shift, I think, because we were of that age, like
Yeah.
where we could appreciate it. But yeah, I would say that was the next kind of big shift.
Yeah, like-
probably.
I just think it's a defining album for us.
Well, there you go.
So I'm
A
glad you
stellar-
picked. I'm
a
glad you picked
stellar
it.
first.
I thought about picking it. Like
Yeah.
it was just if I wasn't going to pick the Clash, then I felt ashamed to pick something else that was along the same lines of like defining.
I don't want you to feel shame here. This is not a show about shame.
You constantly shame me.
That may be true. That's alleged.
Alleged.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly shame you.
Yeah.
Moke.
Moke.
The song I picked off the Blue album is My Name is Jonas.
So good.
It is so good.
Yeah.
I love that song. We even did like we put it in a medley of
No, you guys
we covered
covered
it. We covered the whole song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a medley.
I wish you guys would have recorded it. I like that cover.
The ska version of My Name is Jonas.
And was it really ska?
It started out that way.
Did you just say pick it up?
We put it down, actually. We picked it up, but then we put it down. So there you go. Pick number 4 to you, Moke.
All right. This kind of works with mine then, I guess, a little bit.
Let's hear it.
The band I picked was Joan of Arc.
Okay.
Did you ever listen to Joan of Arc?
No, but I know you've been listening to them because I've been paying attention to our Instagram feed.
Yes.
That's right, folks. We've got an Instagram feed now.
Way to plug that, Nate.
That's right. Instagram. High fives. Joan of Arc.
Yeah, and it is that album, A Portable Model of,
Excellent.
which came out in '97, I think. That's a band I didn't get into right when they came out. But about a few of our friends like Brett and Devin and Pollock and those guys were really into these kind of bands. And so I'd always heard them. And then when MP3s became more available, like the Napster thing, it was one of those bands, like I'd search out those kind of bands that I'd heard the name of and not explored because I had started getting more into like subgenres of punk, like emo and like more of like stuff that wasn't just Fat Records punk or
Right.
Asian Man record, like any of the thing that just the exploration of music. expanding my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a big LSD trip that I've never been on.
I thought you were going to say like a big boy, but no.
And then again, it could be because I'd been listening to so much of this kind of music that I remembered it. But yeah, it's a great nostalgia pick, and the song I picked was Post Coitus Rock.
Ah, the old post-coitus rock.
Is there any better?
I feel no.
No, that's
Didn't
the best
Kiss
kind of
have
rock.
a song called... No, everything was during coitus rock, right? Weezer.
Joan of Arc.
There it is.
My name is Jonas. I'm carrying the wheel. Thanks for all you've shown us. This is how we feel. Come sit next to me, pour yourself some tea. Just like Grandma made when couldn't find sleep. Things were better then, once but never again. We've all left the den and the typewriting. Choo-choo train left right on time. A ticket costs only your mind. The driver said, hey man, we go all the way. Of course we were willing to pay. My name is Wakefield. Got a box full of your toys. The fresh out of batteries. But you're still making noise, making noise. Tell me what to do. Now the tank is dry. Now this wheel is flat. And you know what else? Guess what I received in the mail today? Words of deep concern from a
Thank you to all the new listeners that we've had lately. I noticed there's a little uptick in listeners.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're watching the,
Just comments. and
what do you
stuff.
call that?
The plays?
No.
I don't actually know how
The
to do that.
metrics.
Yes.
You're watching the metrics?
Yes. Not the Matrix.
The metrics.
I never liked the Matrix.
No, me neither.
Also an unpopular opinion.
Yeah. I'm with you, though.
All right. No need to go into that because we don't need that kind of talk.
No.
I can't out-geek those people.
I think you could.
No, I'm geeky, but I can't out-geek. I
No.
can't out-geek Matrix people.
Can't
or
out-geek the geek.
Or Star Wars or Star Trek people or like Lord of the Rings people. Like that's a whole other level that I can't get to.
Those are people.
I just can't get there.
No.
They're that much better than me at
That
that
much.
geek world. You can now check us out on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and our website.
Wow.
So we've
Look at
we've
the
upped the
options.
ante, hey?
We have so many options.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, we're there.
And like you said, we're on Instagram now.
We're on Instagram.
You can get in touch with us there, or you can get in touch with us on Facebook or WhatsApp.
A lot of activity going out on Instagram these days.
Yeah, it is. I've noticed we've had some people interact with us via the Instagram account.
You've been watching the metrics on that one too?
More so than the Twitter account.
Twitter's a
Yeah.
tough beast, man.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe Twitter's not the way to go with talking to people about music. I thought that would have been the best one. Two other quick little notes. We're very close to getting T-shirts or merchandise on TeePublic, which means you'll be able to pick what you want if you like our design. If you're into wearing T-shirts or getting a coffee mug,
Who isn't into wearing T-shirts, Mike?
maybe people don't like T-shirts or hoodies, or
Who isn't into drinking coffee out of a mug?
you could even get a print.
What?
Anyway, I
Cool.
will be putting that link up on our Instagram and Facebook and on our webpage. And this should be up probably by the end of the month.
Hey, Moke, when you say there's lots of options, what do you mean?
Well, you can buy a lot of Moke merch.
Got Moke.
Moke hats, Moke T-shirts,
Can you
Moke
really?
hoodies, Moke baseball tees, Moke notebooks, Moke prints.
Mocha only.
It's all Moke stuff.
Wow.
No.
So cool.
But yeah, there's a bunch of different options for things, and you can sort of cater the design to the merch you want on the site. And that way we don't really handle any of the actual making of it or delivery or anything. So it might be cheaper for people that aren't in this country.
The merch you want from the podcast you like.
That's the motto. It's Moke approved.
Moke approved.
And
Ding, ding.
the one little sad note is the last 2 episodes we didn't get a lot of lists in,
Oh, no.
and I'm wondering if
That is sad.
Were they poor topics?
I don't know. I feel like
Or people just
the
don't care
covers
about-
one. The covers one was a good topic, but it was a repeat.
Yeah.
So maybe people,
Didn't
you know,
care.
they came in hot and heavy on the first time around, and they didn't feel like participating again. What was the other one? Cue the cricket sound effects.
I don't know. What was the one before?
No idea. Anybody? No?
No.
Bueller?
Crickets.
Bueller? 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 All right. Number 5. Is that it? Are you done?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Number 5. The last one. Episode 46. Top 5. First attempts.
Good thing that you repeated that, because clearly we won't know what we talked about.
Yeah. You say it more than it sticks.
Yeah.
You know? So this was one of those bands that, like, I don't think they were, like, the first to kind of, like, take on, I don't even want to say, like, a new genre or anything like that, but, like, they were kind of the first band that I heard that, like, was kind of playing music in this way, or the first band that I really, like, started paying attention to in this way. And I feel like they started a lot of other bands kind of, I don't want to say like sounding like them or replicating them, but like, you know, that there was a lot of other bands that started to, I don't know how to say it.
Mimic their sound.
Yeah, I
Might
wouldn't
make
even
it their
say-
own.
Okay, mimic their sound and make it their own. Yeah, that's fair. The band, without further ado, is the Gaslight Anthem.
Oh, nice.
And I think 59 Sound is definitely the album. I mean, that's got to be in a top something somewhere.
Yeah.
But Sink or Swim is a really great album.
Yeah, you know what? Sink or Swim,
You prefer?
I don't know if I prefer it because 59 Sound is epic.
It's unbelievable.
And it's just so perfect. And when it came out, it was just perfect for that time.
Yeah.
But Sink or Swim really got me hooked on that band. Like, it's got some great tracks.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a front to backer.
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
just like to me, it's really good. Like, it's not.
And do you see what I mean by like not like creating a new genre of music, but there was definitely something unique to their sound.
I would agree. I mean, yeah, it's something they did. They brought an awareness to that sound.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
for sure. That's a great pick. I didn't even think about that one, to be honest.
Well, thanks, Mike.
Good job.
The song I picked is so I'm like really bad for song names. I'm good on albums.
I'm really
and
awful at
bands.
that too.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know what the song's called.
I think it's just because like I'll throw on an album and I'll listen to it, and I could tell you maybe even like what track number like that are my favorites. But yeah, to have a song name stand out doesn't do it. So I've heard this song I couldn't tell you how many times, and the lyric goes all right several times throughout, and it never made me think of what this the song title refers to. Do you have any?
Wooderson.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Didn't I use it?
That's
Did I
what-
not use it? No, I didn't use it. When we did that reference,
The movie one, you didn't use it.
I was going to use it, but I
Okay.
used the other one.
Yeah.
Something off 59 Sound.
No, it was off Sink or Swim.
It was off Sink or Swim too. The band uses a lot of movie references.
The Marlon Brando one.
Oh yeah. Fuck. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I had no connection to All Right.
Really?
And Wooderson. Well, because I don't think I ever knew the song was called Wooderson. Anyways, I was listening to it today, and it made me smile, and so I had to pick this. And I don't know if it's necessarily about Wooderson, or if it's just a guy they know that like
Yeah, I always wondered
acts
that.
like that. Because I mean,
I feel like
that's
it probably
pretty,
is.
It's a pretty pretty standard character.
I feel like I'm going to listen to that album tomorrow. It's a good album.
Do it.
I always like that Zombie Killing Time, whatever song that is.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you.
One day I was watching like some weird Japanimation and it's in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, Gaslight Anthem, Sink or Swim. That's my pick.
Good pick, Nate.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Moke.
You did a great job picking songs.
Mike and Moke.
Yeah.
I think you did a good job too, Mike.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Let's hear number 5.
My number 5 is it's a band. It's a ska band.
Okay.
And because it's spring and I like to start anew in spring.
Start anew.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
what
like
you
to
like.
start anew in January.
Oh, I like to start anew in spring. Spring feels like a fresh time.
Yeah,
No.
it has been feeling very fresh.
Yeah. Especially after that long winter.
Yeah, it's the
Wanna
longest.
get some sun. I feel like listening to some ska.
Yeah.
So I figured, why not go to the gold standard for the two-tone movement?
Ah, the Specials?
Yes.
Nice.
I went with the Specials' first album.
their first album.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's self-titled.
Self-titled. Are all their records self? I feel like they all are.
I think the second one is called Specials 2, and then it's just
Okay.
and then it's just like greatest hits,
Right.
hits, or
Over and
some
over
version
again.
of it's some version of the same songs over and over again.
Did you listen to the new one?
Yeah.
And? Yeah.
I can't get into it.
Okay.
I feel like it might grow on me eventually. It's kind of weird. It's more like stubby than ska. It's
Okay.
not as, I don't know. What did you think of it?
I didn't listen to enough of it, but it didn't grab me.
Yeah, it just doesn't grab me. Like nothing's like amazing off it. You get to go see them though, right?
I do, and I'm pretty pumped on that because I
That'll be
feel
rad.
like there's only so many opportunities you get to see like one of the OGs,
The OGs.
right? There's only so many chances you get to see them, because I mean they're all like you can't see the Ramones anymore, you can't see the Clash anymore,
Yeah.
you can't see the Sex Pistols anymore.
Meh.
Madness, are they still around?
I feel like the Madness are still around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like they don't play though. Like I don't think I've ever seen them.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know enough about those kind of bands.
All right.
But yeah, seeing the Specials would be rad.
Yeah.
And like it was interesting when I was doing some research. Like the reviews on this album when it first came out, they were like either like loved it or hated it. It's kind of interesting.
On the new or this
On
this
the
very first one?
The very first one.
Oh, okay.
and like
70s?
79.
Wow.
Released in 1980 in the States, 79 in the UK.
Okay.
But for me, it's like basically a greatest hits. Like the first Specials album is basically their greatest hits album.
Yeah.
And it was like a defining moment in that two-tone era of ska because it merged like 80s rock with pop and ska.
Right.
Like it's not just dub or reggae, or it was like a different sound. So the song I went with was Little Bitch because I just love the opening to that. The first guitar line in there is so good.
Nice.
All right.
Good pick.
Glad-
The Specials. Nice. I like that. Not a message to you, Rudy.
No, that's too obvious.
It's a little too obvious.
A little bit. I mean, everything on this album is great. Like I don't know if you've ever you probably don't even know. I mean, because the greatest hits is basically a different ordering of these songs and
Right.
like throwing in Ghost Town and like I think maybe I don't know if Rat Race is on this.
I feel like some of those songs made the new album.
Well, there are a lot of covers I think on this album too.
Is that
was,
right?
Like, and they're covers that I wouldn't even know were covers. Probably like of old ska songs and stuff. But anyway, it's great. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thanks.
Stay cool. Be excellent to each other.
And tonight the coastline is quiet. It's quieter than it's ever been. Honey, this town is a prison with its four walls closing in. And they got one pill to make you smaller. They got one pill to make you scream. Darling, this heart is on fire. And this life is but a dream. Alright, alright. Alright, alright. You see, this town pulls my heartstrings. I fell in love with the Shrewsbury Stars, but there's far too many diamonds in the backseats of borrowed cars, and I could never stop this burning. Honey, I cancel all that. I could never stand the weather, darling. This heart is on fire. Alright, alright. Alright, alright. Tonight, we're gonna ride like silver on the desolation moonlight. Tonight, ain't coming back until the morning light. Tonight, it's alright, alright. Tonight. Alright, alright. Dance in my moonlight, my old friend will twilight. Dance in my moonlight, my old friend will twilight. Dance
The band is the Menzingers.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised you didn't pick these guys. Chamberlain Waits?
that's not their first album, Nathan.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
There was one more?
Yeah.
There was one before.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start this whole piece over again.
Yes, you're fucked.